Hello, Cancers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cosmic Cassie. This is going to be your March monthly reading. Cancer, if you've been here before, you already know. If 90% of what I'm saying does not resonate for you, then please don't take it. I ask and channel my messages to be complete messages and storylines. You're not meant to break it apart and take bits and pieces. I do this to avoid any confusion on your guys' end. I don't want you to walk away being more confused and anxious about your situation. You should receive clarity and it should feel better after you watch the message, not worse, if it does resonate for you. As I say things, it should be like, oh yeah, that's that situation, that's that person, that challenge, that thing. Everything should click very naturally for you. There shouldn't be any like hard thinking about like how does that fit and who is that person and is that happening. It's like, hey, if it's happening, this is just validating and verifying it is happening and then revealing additional energies around it, okay? Cancer, if it's a channeled message, I'll be sure to try to let you guys know. Sometimes I forget because once it starts to come, it just comes out. And if I distract myself away from it, then I lose the message. So let's go ahead and dive into your energy here, Cancer. All right, I feel like I need to pop my back. I don't even pop my back like that. It's crazy. What energy does Cancer need to be aware of in March? What energy does Cancer need to know about in March? What energy does Cancer need to know about? Okay, you got a little bit of love, a little lovey-dovey in March. Okay. So, okay, the Eight of Cups flipped over. If you've read my channel, if you've been on my channel before, you know that energy that is a potential pathway, but not the strongest, are the cards that I consider are the ones that flip over while I shuffle, but the strongest energies are the ones that pop out. So Eight of Cups is a potential pathway here, and funny enough, not funny, but ironically enough, we have the Eight of Swords that popped out. So either, there's a slight path of leaving something behind and moving on and walking away from it, but the strongest energy indicates more of a stuck energy happening right now, okay? Let's go ahead and keep going. What energy does Cancer need to be aware of in March? What energy does Cancer need to be aware of in March? We have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Cups that flipped out. So either potential, a lot of nurturing and loving, strongest energy is abundance and imbalance, okay? We'll figure out what these cards actually are saying once we get all of them out. Show me energy that Cancer needs to be aware of in March. Let's get at least one more here. Energy that Cancer needs to be aware of in March. Thank you. In the Moon. I like the Moon. Okay. I'm trying to get better with like not shuffling while I'm reading because I really enjoy shuffling. But I really pick up on the energy better when I don't do that. And I know it can be distracting for you guys too, I'm sure, but I like to shuffle. Cancer. Okay, let's figure out what this is saying here. So starting with that Ace of Cups energy here. Oddly enough, from this energy, I am getting like a new beginning in love, obviously, definitely 100%, but it turns murky really fast. Like it goes south. The clear, beautiful water gets muddy pretty quickly here, is the energy that I'm picking up from this Ace of Cups. I feel like there's a situation that you really saw as the potential being a new beginning, to be very peaceful, abundant, nurturing, loving, like all this amazing things in the world here, Cancer. But then it's like suddenly something happened that really the situation got bad. Not like terribly bad, but it just like the love suddenly disappeared. The ability of this new opportunity for love, abundance, emotional fulfillment, like all of it just suddenly disappeared. Like it was like, oh, where did the opportunity go? I don't know. Like I don't see it anymore. Like it was right here and now it's gone. Like there was an instant shift with some kind of new beginning or opportunity in love. But ironically, if I read deeper into this, which, you know, that's what we're here for, what I get is it's almost like, how do I say this without making it confusing? When the love came in, you were like, I just want peace. I want no arguing. You know, I really want to give to this and I want to receive from this with nothing but joy, happiness. Like, I can see the beautiful, long-term, peaceful, and happy future with this love opportunity. And then the moment it got mucky, it was like the moment it shifted energy and it was no longer that. It's like the love just got extracted, like it just disappeared, and it turned really mucky. It's like, obviously you can't 100% detach because you were just like really looking at this as a long-term opportunity, as like a new beginning. Like, you were really excited about this. But the energy that I get from this and like reading deeper into it, it's like Spirit's way of trying to let you know, yes, this had the opportunity to be new love. It had the opportunity to be like this peaceful, beautiful, loving situation. But because it went south, it's actually a good thing that it went south. Because I don't know if you guys have heard the saying, I'm sure you have at some point, from the mud, a lotus flower, as beautiful as it is, and spiritually, like, it means this enlightenment, this beyond a new beginning. It is like a new world, right? It symbolizes enlightenment. It symbolizes depth, beauty, spiritual awakening, realizations, okay? But the lotus flower can only be grown from muddy waters. It does not grow in these clear, clean, fresh waters. It grows in this muddy, mucky water, okay? Like, think of the swamp. Think of like a dirty pond, okay? That's where the lotus flower thrives. As beautiful as it is, and as amazing as the spiritual message is with it, or symbolism, as amazing as it is with it, it can only be grown in mud, dirt, like poor conditions, okay? And it's almost saying, and this is channeled if you haven't realized, okay? The energy that this is giving me is like, Cancer, sometimes you get in this mind frame of everything has to look this way for it to be love. It has to be peaceful. It has to be unifying. It has to be pure. It has to be clean, and you know, there should be, everything just needs to be aligned and in perfect working order for this to be love. And what Spirit's trying to tell you is there is still an opportunity of love here, but you have to shift your perspective. You have to stop thinking that love has to look this way, because when it gets murky and muddy like that, and all these negative emotions come in, and you know, and I'm not talking about like toxic emotions, okay? I'm talking, you know, the hardships, arguments, challenges, you know, healing, triggering, things like that, but still healthy. Like, there's no abuse here. There's no, you know, cheating. There's no toxicity, but there is a lot of challenge, okay, on your end and their end. That challenge, that conflict is what makes love even more beautiful than what you think it needs to be, where it's this pure, happy, clean, ideal image of love. It's like, no. Love can also look like this. And love like this actually has a stronger foundation. It has deeper roots. It has a spiritual alignment infused within it, because you had to overcome the challenges and the conflict. You had to face these burdens, whether it be alone or together. you had to face burdens to be together, okay, to stay together. It's very similar to like a marriage. You don't just divorce after the first or second or third conflict and argument. No, no, no. You expect to go through trials and errors with this person, and it makes the relationship stronger, not weaker. In Cancer, it seems that you have this image of love, and when something does not fit that image of love, you see it as a weakness. You see it as pointless, as not capable, inconceivable. It's not going to happen. It's not really love if it's this way. Love shouldn't be hard. Love shouldn't be challenging. It's like, no. When you're in a relationship and everything is peachy queen, peaceful, loving all the time, 24/7, one or both of you is lying about something. One or both of you is disconnected. One or both of you is not truly invested in that relationship, because if you really are in a loving situation with someone, a relationship, you cannot be scared of arguing with each other. You cannot be scared of speaking your mind. You cannot be scared of disagreeing. Like, that comes along with it. And when you don't allow yourself to have those conflicts with the other person, it becomes ingenuine. It becomes inauthentic. It becomes this fake fairy tale fantasy that you're living in, not reality, not something that is stable. It's fleeting because it doesn't have solid roots. Those roots, you can even think of a plant. Think of how delicate a plant's roots are. When you're planting something like a flower, those roots are so thin. They're so delicate. Just holding them can break the roots. But somehow, those roots dig into the ground, deep into the ground, past the rocks, through hard soil, through infertile soil. It like digs in there deep, okay? And it thrives. The deeper it goes, the more it thrives on the top. And so sometimes you have to get down in the mud. You got to get in the places you don't want to be in order to strengthen what's really happening up here. But if you just stay up here and you're like, no, we're not going to dig into that. That's not love. We're not going to dig into that, right? You try to avoid it. That creates a situation that is not lasting, that has poor foundation to it, okay? That is an unrealistic love situation, okay? That's not really love. That's inauthenticity. The person you love, you should be able to be your whole self with, and sometimes that makes arguments and conflicts, okay? But in the end, that is a good, positive thing for a relationship. That creates roots. That creates challenge that you overcome together, and you still stick through it with each other, okay? Again, not talking about anything toxic. Anything toxic, this is not about that, okay? If your situation is toxic, it involves abuse of any kind. It involves narcissism, neglect, abandonment, cheating, lying, stealing, like all this, like, no. We're not talking toxic, okay? We're talking like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. I hate that you always say you don't know what you want for dinner. Like, can't you just make up your mind? No, bickering, arguing, okay? Petty stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So Cancer, starting your read off is like, yeah, there is still an opportunity for love, but you have to shift your perspective from love has to look this way for it to be called love, and realize that the strongest love is down here in the mud. It's in the weeds of the situation. That's where the strongest love comes from, not from staying up here in this clean, happy, joyful, awesome looking thing. No. This is where the strongest love is created. But you have to shift your perspective to realize that even though it's mucky, even though it's dirty, even though it's challenging right now, that does not mean the love is gone. It does not mean the opportunity is gone. It does not mean there can't be a new beginning. It means you're starting a new beginning off in the weeds, creating that foundation. You're getting to like the hard parts that some people don't even address or get to until they're like 5-6 months into the relationship, okay? There is still some kind of opportunity on the table for you when it comes to love. That is what this is telling me. But in order to embrace that opportunity, you have to shift your perspective to realize that love does not have to look this way. Love can look this way, and it actually creates a stronger love when it's this way. Okay? I'll get off of that. Next up, we have the Eight of Swords. This is you literally being very confused and conflicted about the situation, because Cancer, what I feel like what's happening with, and I'm sorry that this is about love if you don't want love, but that's what this reading is about. I'm going to let you know at the gate, that's the energy I'm picking up on, okay? What it feels like to me is, Cancer, what has happened, and this could have happened before March, and so now you're really starting to see that you have a skewed way of looking at love, and that you need to open your perspective in your mind that everything is not going to look pretty. But just because it doesn't look pretty doesn't mean it's not love, okay? And so you're starting the month off in this kind of stuck energy. The reason why you're stuck is because I feel like you're an intuitive sign, you're spiritual, you're water, you flow, you pick up on energy, you feel love for this person. You still feel connected. You still feel like there's going to be a new beginning. You are still feeling the energy exchange, okay? On a deeper level, a more intuitive level, you are feeling that abundance of love and new beginning and possibility and opportunity. You still feel it, but when you hit the 3D and look at it, you're like, that's dirty, that's messy, that's a challenge, that's difficult, that's not going to happen, that doesn't exist, the love is not there, I don't see the love, it's not there. I see a mess and conflict and confusion, but I feel all of the love is still there, but I don't see it in my 3D eyes and mind in this world. Tangibly feeling things. I don't see that love even though I feel it. And you're stuck because you don't want to feel it because you can't see it. But you can't get away from feeling it because you know intuitively, energetically, spiritually, you know it's still there. You know it still exists. But it's really messing with you because you can't see it. It's not right here in front of you. You can't see it. This person isn't showing they love me. They're not telling me they love me. They're not acting like they love me. They're not doing things that would indicate they love me, right? Maybe they're not talking to me. They're not buying me gifts. They're not telling me verbally that I love you. They're not doing those things to validate for me that the love is there, but I can feel it. And that can be a really conflicting spot to be in, because your expectation is on the table. The expectation is you need to validate for me by doing X, Y, Z that you love me so that I know you love me, because I need to see that you love me. I need that validation so I know that you love me. The expectation has already been set by you on the table. This person, if they do not do X, Y, Z, I do not feel validated that they love me. Even though I feel it, I need them to show me. I need them to validate it for me by doing X, Y, Z, whatever X, Y, Z is for you, Cancer. And it's like, when this person doesn't do that, when this person isn't validating the love for you, that's when you start to see this as being in that mud. And because your perspective is skewed, that love can only be clean, the second you start to feel like it's in the mud, you're like, okay, there's no love here. I need to let this go. I need to move on. I need to release this. I don't love this person either. I need to, forget them. They don't love me either. You start telling yourself these things. All the while you feel the love. You feel like you love them. You feel like they love you. Okay? You feel the love. But because this person is not doing what they need to do to validate it for you, you start to see it being in the mud. But once you shift that perspective, that's how you get unstuck. Okay? I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. The Six of Pentacles is here. equal give and take, balance, exchange, abundance. A part of the Six of Pentacles is this person up here, yes, he's abundant. And the Six of Pentacles, depending on the tarot deck, will indicate there is either a imbalance or there is an abundance that is being given to others. Okay? For you guys, the energy that I get from the Six of Pentacles within this situation, it feels very much like, how am I saying that? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's the right way to articulate this. There is an imbalance, but what you may not see, Cancer, is that you are creating the imbalance. And I'm going to try to break this down as simply as I can, okay? Because you put an expectation on the table of, I need you to do XYZ so that you validate to me that there is love here. And when you don't do XYZ, I don't feel like there's love here, because then I see this love situation as muddy versus clean. And if it's not clean, it's not love. If it's muddy, it is not love, okay? Because you place that expectation, whether it was actually spoken or not does not matter. I feel like it was not spoken. I feel like this is an expectation that you don't even realize that maybe you created. But this is what's happening. You put the expectation out there energetically, verbally, however, okay? You are now giving all the power to this person within that situation. Because you are putting them, you are giving your power up and you are putting them in a power position to make you feel loved or unloved. To judge if you see this situation as love or you see it as not love. You are putting all the weight on them to decide how you feel about the situation based on their actions. And so the Six of Pentacles is saying, yes, there's an imbalance, but there's an imbalance because you are putting this person on the top and you are taking what they give you. And that is what you're using to determine the situation, if this is love or not love. Even though you know how you feel. You know you feel love. You know you feel love from them and you feel love for them, okay? And yet, energetically, you're feeling all this love. You know how it is energetically. Physically in the 3D, you're giving this person the control to decide how this situation plays out. If they do XYZ, I love them and we are in love. But the second they stop doing XYZ, I do not love them and we are not in love. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then when they do this, when they don't validate for you that you guys are in love, when they're not doing XYZ, when they're withholding, breadcrumbing, right, that imbalance, it's triggering you to be upset at them. But at the same time, it's like I'm being told to ask the question, but what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure that the love is being validated for yourself? And what I mean by this is, if you look at this image, this person on the top is funneling money down to the people on the bottom. The people on the bottom do not funnel money back up to the top. This person has to be in this abundance in order to funnel money down to the people below them. And that's where you're putting this person. You're putting this person on the top of that funnel and you're saying, hey, I need you to funnel the love down to me so that I can know and be validated that this is a loving situation. But the second that maybe this person, and this is where the perspective shift comes in, okay, Cancer? What if this person is in an energy where they're not in abundance anymore? They had a hard day. They lost their job. Someone died. They're just emotionally drained. What if this person is no longer in the energy of abundance? And because they're not in the energy of abundance, you still have them sitting at the top, but now they have no more love to funnel down to you to validate that this is a loving situation, right? And because they're sitting at the top and they've got nothing to funnel down to you, you're looking up like, hey, you stopped sending love down. What's going on? This must not be love anymore. There's no more love here. There's no more love here. It's gone. There's no more love. All the while, this person is actually sitting up at the top. Something has happened so that they're not in an abundant energy anymore. They don't have the love to filter down. But the imbalance is you're not filtering love up. They're only filtering it down. So not only are they controlling how you feel about the situation, but they're not getting anything out of the situation because you're putting yourself in a position of only receiving and not giving. There's an unequal exchange there. And with that unequal exchange, it's like you're creating that situation by putting them up there and expecting them to validate your feelings. Validate the fact that you're in love with this person. The second they stop validating for you that you're in love with them, you're like, oh no, I got to pull my love away because there's no more love. There's no more love here. Do you understand how that exchange, how that imbalance is occurring and how you're creating it by putting them at the top? And you might have your reasons for this, and I'm not trying to hate on you. Sorry, Cancer. It like cut off, so I'll merge these together, but it's like either you get this or you don't, but you are creating the imbalance by putting this person in a position to control how you feel about the situation, even though you know how you feel. But you're asking them to do all the validating, to keep reaffirming for you that, yes, I'm in love, yes, I'm in love, yes, I'm in love. And then they no longer are filtering things down to you. And all of a sudden you're like, I guess I'm not in love anymore because you're not in love, because you're not filtering things down to me anymore. But the imbalance is like, at what point are you filtering it back up to this person? At what point are you doing the work? At what point is this person receiving the love from you? Because you're the one that's putting the expectation on them to maintain the love in the relationship, per se. I'll get off of it, but I hope that's clear, okay? And then we have the moon. And the moon, for me, the energy that I immediately pick up here is who knows how this is going to end. The outcome is very unclear. Neither of you have any idea where this is going to go, if it's going to go anywhere, if it is anything. Is this anything? Is this a relationship? Is it a new beginning? Is it an end? Is it... No one knows. You or this person does not know what the situation is or where the situation is going. And it's because there is a lot of confusion. There's a lot of imbalance. There's a lot of conflicting energy here that I don't think either of you saw very clearly. And because you didn't really see it clearly, you couldn't come up with a solution. You didn't know where to fix what, you know? And I'm not saying that you're purposely putting this energy out here, but it feels like, Cancer, this is a lot of unconscious energy that you did not know you were putting out there. And in March, you're starting to see how you influence relationships and situations around love in your own life. Instead of always looking at what are they doing or not doing, you're starting to see, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm not doing. Okay, so this is a lot of realization happening for you in March. It's changing your energy because you're starting to see a new perspective that is reflective of you versus everyone else. You're starting to see, how do you influence these relationships, this relationship. But as of right now, and I think in March, as well as the end of March, because I get that this moon energy does go through March all the way to the end, it's unclear. It's unclear what is going to happen in this situation. It's up in the air. No one really knows. It's very unclear. It's like, are we together or are we not together? Are we going to try again or are we not going to try again? Are we healing this or not healing this? Like, it's like everything is up in the air. We just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. They don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. Spirit knows what we're doing, but like nobody else knows what's going on here, okay? I'm going to follow suit, and we are going to pull out some timeline cards here for you, Cancer. And I've been just kind of giving you a timeline or dates, messages from that perspective for whatever I feel like Spirit's telling me needs to be clarified as far as the timeline goes. So, Spirit, let me know, tell me, what does Cancer need clarified for timeline with any of this energy here? They're saying, so the message I got was, when did this person walk away? And then it kind of transformed into like, when did you guys separate? So this might help you figure out who this is, as well as like if this is your story or not. So we're going to try to pull out, I don't use these for past energy, but these readings for March, they've been having me use these for past energy instead of just future energy. So we'll see what comes out here. When did Cancer and this person separate? When did Cancer and this person separate? In progress now. This month, next week, this week. In progress now. When did you guys separate? In progress now. Are you guys still separating? Is that what it is for some of you? Are you still separating? So in March, it could be that like you see this opportunity of love, of these clear skies, and in March is the same month where it quickly transitions into mud for you, and that's when you're having these realizations. So it's like it's in progress now because it hasn't quite happened. This could be someone very new that you have interacted with, that you've met, that you're talking to. I definitely get this. I mean, it's the Ace of Cups, so it definitely could be new love energy coming in, and you're like in the process of separating because it hasn't quite happened. Right now, you guys could still be in this stage of clear skies and clear waters, and everything's beautiful the way that you picture perfect want it to be. Or some of you are in that transition period where you've met this person, things have been picture perfect, and then suddenly like an energy changes or communication changes, something happens where now you're starting to see this as like mucky water, and so that separation is beginning to occur, right? We'll get one more for those that don't resonate with that. When did Cancer and this person separate? Because for some reason I do get that this could be a little bit of repeat energy, as in like someone from the past that like you guys have done this before, but there hasn't been this much realization of why it keeps happening. You guys have done cycles, and this is like another new cycle that's coming in, but for the first time you're looking at your baggage to understand further and like clearly see why the cycle keeps happening the way like why does this keep playing out the way it plays out? It's like, well, yeah, this is why, and it's the first time you're realizing it kind of energy. When did Cancer and this person separate? When did Cancer and this person separate? Very soon. Weird. So some of you could be like in a relationship with this person. This is so weird. You guys could already be in a relationship. You could already be with this person, and the separation just has not occurred yet. March is when you guys are going to separate. for whoever resonates with this, you could be separating with this person in March. Like separating as in like going your own ways. There's a disconnect. There's no communication. There's some kind of separation that is occurring in March, okay? Interesting. What else do I need to clarify for Cancer here? Look, in February. Weird. What else do I need to clarify for Cancer with the timeline cards here? I don't know why. Okay. I don't know how that translates into this reading, but what I'm hearing is pull a timeline for when you meet someone new. So I don't know if you're currently in the midst of separating with someone and then like this new love energy comes in, and as it's like as it triggers you because it turns into the muddy water situation, you're having these realizations and epiphanies about this new love situation because you see what's happening and you're like, why is that happening? And then it's like, oh wow, okay, this is why it's happening. But it's like you're currently in separation or separating from something, and in March something brand new is coming in, and this is the energy playing out with that brand new thing in March. This is interesting. When is Cancer meeting someone new? When are they meeting the new person? When is Cancer meeting the new person? Someone new. When is Cancer meeting someone new? When is Cancer meeting this new person? I'm like shit my pants if it says March. Sorry. Talking out loud. When is Cancer meeting this new person? When is Cancer meeting this new person? I don't know why they would have me ask that. It's so weird. When is Cancer meeting this new person? Or a new person. Well, in the spring flipped over. I'm not going to take it, but that's a strong energy, but it's not the strongest energy, which is why it didn't flip out. And the springtime is like February, March, April. I think May is like the transition month into summer. When is Cancer meeting someone new? For some reason, I keep getting the message you could have already met this person. And so please understand that like whatever card comes out here may not be the future. I feel like what they're trying to identify is more I'm not going to take these, but there is a weird coincidence in there. But they may be trying to identify when you met this new person that you have a new beginning with. Because I do keep getting an energy of like you've met this person already. Like you're in the progress of separating and you know transitioning out of something right now, and then in March something new happens, but you could have already met this person that you're starting something new with in March. When has Cancer met the new person? When will Cancer meet the new person? When will Cancer meet the new person? Got two cards here. Sooner than what the fuck did I just say? I am always shocked by spirit, you know. Sooner than expected in March. Okay, those are the two that came out. And didn't I just say I'll shit my pants if it says March? There you have it, folks. Something new is happening in March for you. So I do feel like it's like you're closing something out with someone. Like it's in the progress of being separated and closed out. I don't know what the situation is or if it's going to come back around. I don't know that. I don't see that. I'm not asking about that. But that's what I'm getting is like, and that's why they had me clarify, when do you and this person separate and when do you meet the new person? And so it feels like you are in the progress of currently separating from something in the past, something that is already over. It has ended, but you are still separating. Like the energy may still be there, like, but there is a separation occurring. And then we roll into March, and there is someone that you are meeting or have met already, but there is a new opportunity of love with this person. There is a new beginning. There is a new romantic interest. There is something new starting here. And then that's when these energies play out, where it gets mucky, because it's almost like you're repeating an old habit, an old belief. It's like this is how you're programmed to operate in love, and it's like you're repeating this with a brand new person in March. You're repeating this energy with someone new, and because you're repeating the energy, it's almost like it's triggering you, because it's like, wow, this feels a lot like the past situation or past situations. Why is it feeling this way? And that's what is triggering you into realizing, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is like a pattern that I have. This is like a lot of conflicting energy here, and I'm kind of creating it, because what are the chances that every person that I end up in a relationship or partnership with has the same energy and does the same thing that makes me, that ends the situation the same. So this is like a realization with this new person in March. There is a realization in that relationship, in that engagement with that new person, that this is something you do, that this is something you're doing. I really want to clarify the moon energy, but the way they've been having me leave the readings, like all of the readings, so I've done Pisces and Scorpio before you, Cancer, all of them leave off with like a cliffhanger. And every time I go to try to clarify it, like the deck goes everywhere, and it's like, nope, you're not meant to clarify it. It's like they're making me focus on March only, and it's kind of like frustrating. So I really want to see, like, what is the moon? Why is that there? So in March, sooner than expected, is when you're meeting this new person. But for some of you, you already met them, but you're coming together with them in March. There's that opportunity for a new romance in March, okay? What else do I need to clarify for Cancer, timeline-wise? Saying, when do you realize the imbalance? When will you recognize you are the imbalance? Because for each of you, it shifts a little bit, right? All of your stories are not going to be exactly the same. And so the imbalance might be a little different for each of you. So it's up to you to take that in and realize that's what you're doing and creating, right? So it wants me to clarify, at what point do you truly realize that you're creating an imbalance, okay? At what point is Cancer seeing the Six of Pentacles? That was quick. In April, oh shit. The very next month, okay? March, April. So March, the conflict arises. April, you are truly digesting and understanding, I am creating the imbalance. I am the imbalance. Or this is the imbalance that keeps being created, and this is why. So like in April, you are fully understanding why your relationships keep getting into this energy of breadcrumbing, of imbalance. Like this may have happened to you many times before in a lot of relationships, and it's like in April you're finally realizing, like truly digesting, this is why that keeps happening. And obviously some of it is going to be with you, but it could also be with the people you attract, okay? But it's like, I want to clarify certain things, because it's like it's ending with the moon, it's ending with the unknown energy, right? And I feel like this is the close of March. Like at the end of March, you're still in this I don't know what we're doing energy. And maybe it's because in April is when you're figuring out the solution, and then that's when you guys are deciding or finally able to move forward with a decision in this relationship. But it's like, it's saying that like it starts off as an opportunity, and then you see it as like, oh, there's no more opportunity, but it's telling you, no, there's absolutely still an opportunity here. It's actually a really good opportunity. It's a stronger opportunity than what you know. But you're like stuck, like you can't see that because you're still believing like that this is not an opportunity. And it's like then in April, you're realizing why you keep getting into this energy of like, oh, this is amazing love, and then all of a sudden like, oh, there's no love, and it's like, you know, it's not even an opportunity anymore. And so what I'm feeling intuitively, what I'm feeling is that once you realize why you don't see this as an opportunity anymore in April, like you realize what's the imbalance that came into play that prevented you from continuously seeing this as an opportunity, I feel like the opportunity is still there. It's like the opportunity is still there to make this go in the right direction after you realize that this is why it's not feeling like an opportunity anymore. And that's part of the reason why the moon is here, because it's like in March, you have no idea where this is going to go. But I feel intuitively in April, after you correct this, after you realize what it is and are able to correct it, that's when that's when the shift in focus occurs, when you're like, okay, it doesn't have to be clean to be love. It can be dirty and in the roots and in the mud, in the weeds, and that's an even stronger love. It's like that's when that perspective shift happens for you, is in April, after correcting this imbalance. And that's when you can truly embrace this new opportunity. So even though the opportunity presents itself in March, it's almost like it's not going to get kickstarted until April, because in March, you're exploring the opportunity and then you're feeling stuck. You're feeling some kind of way because all of a sudden the opportunity feels like it just left, because you're like, oh my God, they don't love me. Oh my God, this can't go the way I want it to go because this happened. The situation just got dirty or confusing or, you know, inconvenient. And so now it's like not an opportunity anymore. So then it's like maybe you stop giving to it as much. But there's definitely something there will be some kind of really strong bond between you and this person, because with it being muddy and like the lotus flower coming out, it's like this is a really good this is a big opportunity for you, Cancer. And most big opportunities like this in love are because it's like a divine connection. It's a energetic connection, right? It's a spiritual connection. It's something that is very strong to be able to go into the mud and create a lotus flower from the mud rather than, you know, just muck. Okay. I hope you guys follow that. I feel like it was a little all over the place, but it's like this is a March, April reading, okay? That's what this is. Anything else that I need to clarify for Cancer? Is there anything else that I need to clarify for Cancer with the timeline cards? They're saying, how long will you stay in the moon energy? So how long will you guys not know what this is? How long will you guys and it's both of you. It's not just you. It's both of you. Whoever this new person is, it's you and that new person. How long will you both not know where this is going? How long will you both know? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, that flung out at me. In autumn, sooner than expected. Autumn starts in, I would say, September going into October. So it's like for some of you, it's like that sooner than expected one. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but what I get from that is even though you guys start to have like a shift in April of how you see this situation, it doesn't become defined like a technical relationship like boyfriend-girlfriend until you get to the autumn, to the fall time. So that like September, October, November time. For some of you, that happens sooner than the fall. So possibly in the summertime. Depending on like what timeline you're on, you know, like where you're at and your story, it's like in April, the shift occurs. Because it occurs in April, intuitively, this is what I'm getting. May, June, July, 3 months, you guys are just getting to know each other. You're hanging out. You're both nourishing the relationship, and you're adjusting to this new perspective of love that you have, accepting it, adjusting and accepting it, because just because you have the perspective doesn't mean all of a sudden it clicks and you're good. It's like, no, you still have to shift your energy and adjust to it. So when situations occur, are you reverting back to your old mindset of like, okay, this isn't love and I'm going to withdraw? It's like, no. This is still love. I'm going to keep giving to it in a balanced way. I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to do the opposite of what I normally do. You're still adjusting to that, okay? You're adjusting to this new perspective that you have for the next 3 months after April. And then like August, September is when you guys start to make it more official. I get for some of you, that's when you'll start to get intimate with this person, is in August, September time. And then it becomes definitely official before December. Before the end of the year, it's official. Okay, that's what I got for timeline. I don't feel like there's any other timelines that they wanted me to do. But I do want to clarify a little bit about this person for you. Let's see if they'll give me anything. Let's see if they'll give me anything. I know, your guys' reading is so long, and I'm so sorry. But I'm curious. So we're going to deep dive. We're going to see if we can find anything out about this person, okay? Who is this Ace of Cups? Who is this new person for Cancer in March? Who is this new person for Cancer coming in March? Show me, who is this person coming in March for Cancer? Show me this new person. I think they might let me because, the deck's not going all over. Look, this is someone you manifested. Yeah! It's exciting. The Tower wanted to come out with these two cards, but you have the Magician and the Two of Cups. So this is a relationship that you manifested. This is something that you brought in, like through being very intentional and understanding and knowing this is what I want in a love situation. You, through healing and I think separating from the old energy, the past energy, through doing that and releasing that, it's like you were able to bring in and call in something divine. Didn't I say this is going to be a strong connection, like a divine partner or like a deep spiritual energetic connection here? It's like you called this in, Cancer. You called this in for yourself, okay? And this is why it's going to work out so well. This is why that bond is going to be so strong, because you called this in. Show me, who did Cancer call in? Show me who has Cancer called in. Details about this new person in March. Can you give me details about this new person in March for Cancer? Can you give me details about this new person in March for Cancer? Because we like the details, don't we, Cancer? Okay. We have the Star, wish fulfillment, okay? We have, oh my gosh, when I was like going, I should have said it. When I was shuffling the deck, like I saw Four of Wands in the Hermit card. And I was like, okay, maybe it's like a Virgo or something, but I was like, oh, but it didn't like flip over, it didn't come out, so I'm not going to say anything. But no, and now that's what's coming out is Four of Wands, the Hermit, Nine of Cups. Shit. This is good energy, yo. This is really good energy. Queen of Cups, Three of Cups, the Star. Yo. Cancer, I am very excited for you guys. This is awesome energy. So this is someone that definitely is ready to commit. They're ready for a relationship. They're prepared to settle down. It's not someone that's going to come in with like this flaky energy of like, I don't know what I want. They're going to know they want marriage. They want the family. They want the kids. they want the same thing you want, Cancer. They want a solid commitment and relationship, and they're going to come in with that energy. I want a commitment. This is what I'm working towards. This is what I'm looking for. With the Hermit popping out, it could be a Virgo, or it could be someone that this person could be really mature and wise. I feel like it might startle you, but there's a spiritual balance here between you both. As spiritual as you are, this person will also be spiritual in their own way. And when I say in their own way, it's because they might have insight and wisdom. It could be like a younger person, or they might not look like a person that has wisdom, but somehow they're able to pull out like these golden nuggets of wisdom. And it's like, how do they know this? How are they able to advise on this? How do they understand that? This could also be a person that really enjoys having alone time. Like they enjoy their own company. They love to kind of just have that time for them to go within, to meditate, to reconnect with themselves. This person is definitely going to be someone that makes you very happy. Emotionally, I think that they fulfill you a lot. They're going to be very nurturing, very loving. There's going to be a lot of emotional conversations between you two. Not to the point of like it's like over excessive and like unattractive. It's like they feel very comfortable talking about their emotions with you, and you feel comfortable talking about your emotions with them. There is a strong nurturing energy between you both. So in past relationships, how it was imbalanced before, where maybe you could have like over given emotionally to people in situations, this person will reciprocate your emotional value. And Cancer, if you're someone that is more service oriented, this person will also reciprocate that and be service oriented. It's like in whatever way that you typically overgive in a relationship, this person will reciprocate that to you. So it's never overgiving. It's always equal. It's always balanced. But there is an energy of just a lot of enjoyment with each other. Like you guys emotionally will instantly connect with each other. Like, and you will probably surprise yourself about how emotionally open and vulnerable you get with each other very, very early on. Like, I feel like this is like the first, what they're showing me in my mind is like you're at a party or a social setting or something, like at a park or like whatever, and you just happen to strike up a conversation with someone, and next thing you know, like you're spilling your guts and like your deepest, darkest secrets and your whole life story to them, and they're doing that to you. And it's like, that's the first time you guys have ever talked or connected or even like had a conversation around an area like this. And it's like, you walk away like, holy shit, did I just tell them all of that? Like, they know more about me than my own mother. Like that kind of feeling. Instant best friend energy right there, right? Like there's an instant connection emotionally because you're both confident with sharing your emotions, you're being vulnerable, there's a genuinity, there's like authenticity between you two. There's no energy of like they're out to get me, they're prying, they have a hidden motive. Like all of that energy is gone. There is none of that, and it creates this open channel. But you guys are also going to be very, and like I said, it's a spiritual bond, and you guys are going to feel spiritually connected. And I just keep getting an energy of like, how do I feel this way about this person like this so soon? Like, this is the first time I've met them, and I feel like they're my best friend from forever ago, and I feel like they know more secrets, and they understand me, and they get me more than anyone in my life has ever gotten me. Like, there is like a intuitive understanding, a emotional understanding, an intellectual understanding. There is a lot of like mutual energy going on here. So this could definitely be like a very strong soulmate, but there's a super strong spiritual connection here. Absolutely 100%. This person is everything you've ever dreamed of. I feel like you guys are going to help balance and heal each other in any ways that like still need to be balanced and healed. And that's a part of that moon energy, like not knowing where it's going, because I think you're both still working out little, nooks and crannies of of things that you've been through in the past and coming to realization and trying to like, you know, mend and repair and heal yourselves. But like there's not, it's not like you're bringing past baggage in, and it's not like you're still trying to heal, but it's like, let's just dust those corners out for each other so that we know that we can share an entire clear room together. It's that kind of energy. Cancer, this is going way too long. I looked at the clock, 33:11 on the dot, okay? As much as I would love to keep diving into this for you guys, this video is already very long. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. But Cancer, I hope this resonated and helped you out. If it did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me tap into your energy and read it. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed giving it to you. Definitely feel free to comment how this resonates for you. If you feel like you already know this person, you know, whatever you want to share. I always enjoy reading it. So thanks so much again for watching, and you guys have an amazing March. If you guys have, if you're one of the top 3 signs that have the most likes on your February monthly reading, then I will give you a March bonus. So you may or may not get that. We'll see at the end of February. Otherwise, I will see you guys for like an all signs or something like that. Have a great one. Bye.